morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. It's a couple clicks past dark 30 and it is 80 degrees already. The sun's not even up and she's starting to be a scorcher. So we're gonna try to get some tractors moved to the new job before the sun really starts killing us. We've been in the triple digits, no problem, last couple days. Been dealing with a couple little temperature related items on the truck. I think I addressed them, we'll find out. But I want to talk about my secondary radiator in this video that I made like 2 years ago. So let's go get these tractors moved. Need to get that, but I'm going to wait till later and we'll haul the heavy one right now while the temperature is a little bit cooler. There's a pretty big difference in weight between the two of them. I have kind of a held all this mulch. Come on, baby. Got to click her into the low category. All right, let's get this old girl fired up. Good idea to kick about 50 pounds worth of stuff off. And clean that side off. I do have a blower in the truck, but ran out of gas yesterday. Gotta be careful with these single grouser tracks, meaning there's just one grouser per track. These things are pretty aggressive. They tear up your trailer. So what I like to do is put a block right there, but I don't have one, but that must be some wood right here. So hard to make fun of the $200 Ryobi Home Depot edition, because that sucker actually comes in the clip pretty often, and it kind of let's talk about the truck, because I want you guys to have the information before we start driving around and start talking. And you don't know what I'm talking about. If you guys are in the business of towing anything, towing your boat, whatever, you notice your temperatures might get a little bit warmer. And the outside temperature gets a little bit warmer. So when I first got the truck, I was battling engine temperature being kind of warm. EGTs weren't too bad. So when I'm talking about my secondary radiator, I added this one right here. It's for like a probably like a 500cc side-by-side or quad or something. That made my engine temp stay very manageable when you're towing. When you're not towing, it doesn't even get up to thermostat. It's always running cool, which is good and bad. But I've been battling the EGTs lately. 50 to 100 degrees really matters. So instead of running 1200, which I like to see, it was trying to hit 13. And I was noticing I was having a little bit of an exhaust leak when I was exhaust braking. When you get a Steed Speed manifold, it comes with hardware to hook your turbo up to it. You see how they're nice and shiny right there? That's not what comes with it. It comes with these little crappy ones that always kept coming loose. So I got rid of those, put some nice ones on last night. We have no exhaust leak, and the exhaust brake sounds a lot more aggressive, meaner. So if you got no exhaust leak, it means your turbo's working better, so that you're getting more boost. Also, clean the air cleaner. It was in desperate need of that. So we're going to see how it does towing the 22,000 pound machine, the old Prime Tech, because it was wanting to kiss 1300 degrees and I don't like seeing that on my EGTs. Engine temps remaining fine, right about 212, 215 before it was wanting to hit like 225, 230 without adding that secondary radiator. So everybody that keeps asking about that secondary rad, it actually helps a lot. But if you get a 4th gen, They don't care. They like the heat, and they're designed for it. They don't get that warm. Ice is already melted. Crap. Well, let's see how she does. On an obvious note, if you have an exhaust leak before the turbo, which is your exhaust brake, you will have a weak exhaust brake. So it was pushing through the brake, and I didn't have as much engine braking potential as possible. Wakey wakey trailer brakes. There we go. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. A lot more braking potential. Plus we got another one too. Up the first little hill. This is slow terrain through here. I'm third gear, 2600 RPM. Let's see how it does around this one, because you just got to go slow, but you don't want to go all the way to second gear for that, you know what I mean? So yesterday it was trying to kiss 13. It's, you know, 80 degrees or something right now compared to 107. But it's lowered my EGTs 200 dang degrees. I got one more bigger hill, because this is mainly all downhill, but the real test is going to be on a bigger hill we got to climb here in a minute. But it is 80 degrees outside, like I was saying, and obviously any kind of an exhaust leak is going to hurt your engine's potential, and especially if the exhaust leak is before the turbo. I didn't really see a loss in boost pressure, but apparently we were losing some power and gaining a lot of heat out of that situation. So that first little hill yesterday, I went up it doing the same exact thing, same speed, same gear, except for I had a machine that was about 6,000 pounds less, or actually about 8,000 pounds less, and I saw real close to 1,300 degrees. Today, granted, we are 20 degrees cooler than the 100 we were seeing yesterday, but it still was 200 degrees cooler on the EGTs. It barely kissed 1,100 going up that same hill with more weight. So tightening your bolts pre-turbo, yeah, definitely obvious, but it helps out a bunch. I mean, it was such a minimal leak. I had tightened those nuts before on those studs, but they were just crappy. They kept coming loose, even with lock washers on it. So much heat and, you know, up and down on temperatures and stuff. So I got the good nuts on there, stainless steel. So hopefully those will hold and do the job, and our exhaust brake is doing significantly better. But as far as engine temp, it's 196. It's right at thermostat, which I would prefer it to stay there. It would run 210, 220 all the time with the stock situation on there. So that secondary radiator. So we're closing in on Big Hill here. There is a stoplight at the middle of the hill going up it. It's terrible. So hopefully we can time this thing green and we can just cruise up it. I pulled it fourth gear yesterday with both the other machines, and we saw some good engine temps. I turned the tune up, try it back there. It kissed 1,200 just for a little bit, but yeah, so far we're liking what we're seeing. Good improvements. Again, 50 degrees is an improvement. I'm okay with that. Starting at 1,000 EGTs, doing 52. There's 1,100 as soon as we hit about 46 mile an hour downshift. 199 degrees. $1,100, so we are about 200 degrees lighter than yesterday. but we're heavier. Oh, we're 1150. I don't know if it'll pull it in fourth with this heavier machine. Come on, baby. Just 1200. Just holding 12. We like that. We got the green light. 209 engine temp. Again, that's 64% throttle. So prep up right there at the end as we started bogging the engine down. If you can hold your RPMs up, your EGTs will do a lot better. But just barely over 1200. And we saw 13 there going up that hill yesterday. I had to back off on it quite a bit and kind of coast the last little bit of the hill. So, progress. Again, a new 4Gen, you don't have to worry about it. Low boy, you don't have to worry about it, but I would have been stuck in that landing back there. You know the deal. Guess I could say one thing before I get bashed for it. Well, you don't have a stock truck. It's stock, but you get what I'm saying. If I had a stock truck, then it wouldn't be running higher temperatures and stuff. Wrong. I don't know what those temperatures would be except for the engine. The engine temp with this thing was stock was still up there pretty good. I can switch with the dial and go right back to stock power, exact stock, except for I'm opened up and I can breathe better, and it will still, it peters out at 1250 degrees EGTs. That's like what it normally peaks out at. Like, unless you're really bogging it, it doesn't get higher than that. If it stays at 1250, I'm happy, but 1200, I'm even happier. But if anybody was going to say something along those lines of, if you just had a stock truck, I'd like to put an EGT gauge on a brand new truck and see what those suckers are actually pumping for it, because they make some steam, some really, really damn good power. I wouldn't say this is highly modified, but I mean, it's decently money spent on it, and a new truck will smoke this thing, especially a high output 3500. They are something else. But that's just the name of the game. If you're going to run a little bit extra power, you're going to have to put a little extra coolant on there, or else you're going to suffer the consequences there, bud. Got another clear cut. I think this is number 4 in a row. Check out this pond. Bone dry. Where's that gate post at? Gun, I was gonna park in here, but somebody carabined a chain in the way. But then I thought, you know what, I'll just drive over it. But then they said, don't drive over it. Just add options sometimes. Something's rattling back here and it was annoying. Can't find it. Sounded like a water bottle bouncing around or something. Oh well, on to the next one. Alright, one more machine for the day. I like hauling this one because it's the lightest one. I think the chipper might be a little bit lighter. But anyway, this one's nice because it's light and it's narrow, and I could haul it with a small trailer. But we're running the big one today. I have gone out of my way before to have the convenience of the small trailer, and then the freaking chipper broke down, so I had to go back home on my day off, get the big trailer, come back, get the chipper. So if we're going to be running more than just this thing, run the big trailer so you don't have to run into screwing yourself over by not having a trailer to haul a broken machine out of. Using those eyelets down underneath there, but I have to leave the head up, tilted forward. But then I discovered these when my buddy Garrett got his machine. It's got a little spot right there, and you do it just right, boom, freaking perfect. And then you can keep the head looking professional. It's a little dirty, but at least the binders are in a convenient spot. Going to the bathroom's easy. So the remote will work. This is a sweet setup. I could lift the ramp and chain down a machine all at the same time. Oh. Hit the button too and I can lower it. There they are. Real nice. Got its target. Oh, there's 1300. Pushed on it hard to get it there. Truck absolutely rips now. That guy got mad because I was going faster than everybody. I don't know. Now he's getting squirrely. It's funny, no matter how much you clean a machine, there's still dust in like the engine and stuff. So flow of stuff going through the machine, you get on the highway and stuff just starts blowing out of it, no matter what. So the first like mile, sorry people. This morning, yeah, well, that's how it's doing. Just got this cooler. It's actually kind of a Boss, but had a bunch of warm stuff kind of in there. It didn't really work out in my favor. Gas station only had the big stuff. Technically, I'm not a hotshot guy. I'm just hauling my own stuff, but it's easier to call it a hotshot guy so people can relate. It's easier. But if you made it this far, say, what's up with this cooler? It's hot. The ice already freaking melted in the cooler. I normally would never park right here up until the last about year or so, because you see all that tarping and stuff right there? They're putting in a huge subdivision right there. But that used to all be homeless camp. And hell, there's one right there. Those jokers will come through and steal your stuff. There's another one right here. Homeboy just parked his truck. I mean, he's not homeless. He's got a camper shell on his truck so he can live in that. So anyway. Well, there goes the log truck, Andy. He's going all the way up to the summit today to get some logs. We still got 3 loads of logs to get on our last job. Gosh dang. And as far as the EGTs, we have boost, good flow again, and EGTs calmed down a lot, and our exhaust brake is working much better. So that is all good stuff. But we're gonna go drop this machine off, detach the trailer, and start getting to some work. So we still got to put in our hours. I ain't just driving the truck. I'll actually report in and actually run some tractors, do some chainsaw work here and there, and chip up a bunch of stuff today. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Comment below if you've overcome a couple of overheating issues on your truck and what they were, and or if you've overcome some homeless people invading your space, because looks like I still have, yep, we still got everything back there. Man, FAE's calling already. What the heck? They just gave him my number. I'm not gonna go, but FAE called. They want to hang out, so that's cool. And my buddy from the fire station called and he asked me if I was working at a certain road, and I said no. And he's like, oh, all right, because this certain outfit, or an outfit that's similar to your guys' is doing a mulching job out there, and the neighbors were coming in at the fire station complaining. And he wanted to check with me, see if it was us, because if it was, he's going to tell them to pound sand. But I was like, nope, it's not us. He's like, all right, I'll investigate. But anyway, well, this is the new job. Pretty much every one of these pine trees needs to go. Landowner already started removing some, and I think they burned up all the slash during the winter time, and they piled all the logs with the Kubota. So we've already chipped up about I don't know, 6 times that amount. So I'm gonna set you guys a time lapse and watch you enjoy all that firewood going bye-bye. All this little stuff. Firewood lovers are gonna be all mad. tell you what, there's the biggest firewood lover right there in the blue shirt. Can't quite get in there far enough to drop these right into the feed wheel, so I gotta tap them in there. Haas is over there running the feed wheel button, opening and closing it. So it's a little bit easier to load these. Okay. And there's 2 cord right there, and we've chipped up way more than that already this morning.